Microbes in the production of biogas. The biogas is a mixture of gases, predominantly that is mainly it is methane. And different gases products formed by microbes during its growth and metabolism. We come across fermentation of the dough, the beverages and cheese production. The common gases product it is carbon dioxide. And the gases product depends upon the type of microbe used and raw material, organic material, it is utilized for its metabolism. And there are other type of the microbes, anaerobes, mainly present in that is rumen of the cattle, bottom of paddy field having cellulose, and sewage sludge during sewage treatment. What do you call it is methanogens, methane producing bacteria, Methanococcus, methanobacillus. As methanogens are present in the rumen of the cattle and the food of the cattle, cellulose, present in this rumen also having what it is the methanogen. Due to symbiotic association in case of the rumen, it produces that is the methane because the animal excreta having what do you call it is the gobar rich in case of methanogens useful in the production of the biogas. The cattle able to digest the long cellulosic fiber because of having cellulolytic the microbes and the enzyme cellulase which digest the long cellulosic fiber. Humans cannot digest the cellulose fiber because they do not have cellulolytic microbes as well as cellulolytic enzyme, so they do not digest long cellulosic fiber. Next, in case of biogas plant or unit, a concrete trench of 10 to 15 feet, bio waste are collected. Bio waste means organic matter, kitchen waste to cattle waste. A slurry of dung along with water fed as an inoculum. A floating cover is placed. The floating cover keep on rising. If you observe in case of the diagram, there is a digester equal to trench. An inlet, once there is an inlet from which a slurry of dung fed. And a gas holder, that is the floating cover, different gases, the carbon dioxide, the methane gases. And right side, outlet pipe, spent slurry, that is sludge. As floating cover keep on rising due to production of the gas, connected to it is outlet pipe and it is connected to another pipe to supply to nearby villages the biogas used as fuel. Why this biogas plant commonly built, that is very often built in case of rural areas? Because the cattle dung available. Why the cattle are used for a different purpose, transportation, to plow the soil, for cultivation of the plant. The cattle used for a different purpose. That's why Indian Agriculture Research Institute, Khadi Village Industries Commission, they set up the biogas plant at village levels for the production of the biogas to enable the local people, village people to utilize the biogas at a cheaper rate. So in these different gases products formed by microbe during its growth and metabolism, that is one point. It depends upon microbe and type of organic matter, that is substrate utilized. Common gases product is carbon dioxide. And methanogens are present in rumen of cattle, bottom of paddy field having cellulose, sewage, sludge. So rumen of cattle have a symbiotic association that's why they can able to digest long cellulosic fiber as it in case of humans they cannot. Next, in biogas plant, KVIC, Khadi Village Industries Commission and Indian Agriculture Research Institution, the collaboration, they set up biogas plants. Microbes as biofertilizer. What is fertilizer? The any substance that is going to increase the fertility of the soil, what do you call it is fertilizer. Why soil loses fertility? Because continuous cultivation of the crop, soil loses fertility. And major concern in case of the modern day life, the environmental pollution. Why environmental pollution? Over usage of chemical fertilizer. Why it is inevitable to use the chemical fertilizer? To increasing the demand of the food production for increasing growth of the human population. But chemical fertilizers having a negative impact causing pollution, but whose effect is very quick but not long lasting. And we realized and got shifted from chemical fertilizers to organic fertilizers, that is bio fertilizer. Next, input of living microbes to increase the fertility of the soil, what do you call it is bio fertilizer. The common microbes are bacteria, blue-green algae and fungi. Bacteria, rhizobium present in the root nodules of legume help in nitrogen fixation, increases fertility of the soil. So legumes are also used in mixed cropping and crop rotation. In mixed cropping, it is cultivated along with the cultivated crop to increase the fertility of the soil, and crop rotation, the cultivated crop rotated with legume crop in order to increase the fertility of the soil. Next, Azotobacter, Azospirillum are free living bacteria not in association, symbiotic association, also helps in nitrogen fixation. Next, blue-green algae, which are prokaryotic microorganisms, aquatic or terrestrial, performs photosynthesis, that is oxygen evolving photosynthesis. Next, the blue-green algae, some blue-green algae like Anabina, Nastor, Oscillatoria, having heterocyst help in nitrogen fixation, increase the fertility of the soil. So, addition of the blue-green algae like cyanobacteria increases the organic content in case of soil. It is commonly employed in rice field to increase the fertility of the soil. So, barren, unproductive land brought to the productive state by the inoculation or utilization of blue-green algae. Next, glomus. It is a fungi. It is forms mycorrhizae, that is association with the root, symbiotic association, as mycelium providing to the root water minerals, root providing to this the fungus the carbon skeleton, in turn it is providing carbon skeleton, association is symbiosis, and this glomus increases phosphate absorption by the roots from the soil. It is not supposed to increase the phosphate content in soil. It increases phosphate absorption from the soil, and it improves the growth and yield because it is having tolerance to abiotic stresses like salinity and tolerance to resistance to root-borne pathogens.